What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Today I'm doing something a little different. I'm doing the Idiot's Guide to Apple versus Android, or iPhone versus Google, or Google versus Apple, whatever you want to call it. I mean, technically we can't really call it Google versus Apple, can we? Android represents so many different companies out there. HTC, LG, Samsung, Sony, Motorola. I mean, the list literally goes on and on with how many different Android companies are out there. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to just finalize that. We're going to call it Apple versus Android. Sound good? Very good. In this thing, we're not going to be talking about specifications. This is the Idiot's Guide to Apple versus Android, so I'm not going to go into depth about all different types of resolution, how many PPI, different types of RAM, and I'm not really doing that. This is going to be a nice, easy video about which one is which, how the hell to choose which one you're going to pick. I mean, there's so many out there. Not really for Apple, but there is for Android. So let's get to it. Now, when we're talking about Apple, we are talking about if you really don't want to have a smartphone where you need to use a brain. I'm not trying to be rude or insulting here. It is a very simple phone to use. A child can figure it out easily. I mean, it is what Apple was out to do. They wanted to make the simplest smartphone out there, and they really, really did it. It's very simple. It has a simple display. It has a simple lock screen. I mean, from the first the first iPhone to the iPhone now, it really hasn't changed much except for screen display size and how thin it is. Ooh, that's really the differences out there. I mean, yeah, the camera has changed, but we'll get to the camera in a second. So basically, if you really want to think about it, it is communistic. Oh yeah, I said it. Apple iPhone is the communistic view of smartphones. They want the world to have all the same exact thing. That's basically it. But when you look at Android, that is the complete anarchy system. We have so many different companies out there making so many different range smartphone displays. With Apple, they have their 4.7 and 5.5 inch displays. Who knows what the iPhone 8 is going to be, but the iPhone 7 right now, those are your two choices, and that's it. But when you look at Android, you have everything. I mean, it ranges from 4 inches, 4.5, 4.7, 4.9, 5, 5.1, 2, 3, 5.5, 5.7. I mean, it goes on and on. I mean, the differences that you can get with an Android. Android displays, they can have curved edges like the Samsung Galaxy Edge. We have seen actual curved Android smartphones. Apple is just the one display. So, like I was saying, Apple is just the same. It's flat, it's easy, it's simple to use. Now, Android, the choices go further on. You can have a phone with a removable battery, like an LG. You can have phones with headphone jacks. That's right, I said it, headphone jacks. Apple iPhones no longer have headphone jacks. Unless you have an old iPhone, that's pretty much it on headphone jacks. The new iPhones are still not going to have headphone jacks. Hell, Apple is talking about removing wires completely, but I don't see that possible because you're always going to need a charging port. So please don't keep thinking that Apple is going to be moving completely in that direction. They're not. Now, if you want to go into more of the differences, well, Apple is water resistant. What do they say? Up to a meter or whatever, 2 meters, 5 meters. For Android, you can have phones that are waterproof, water resistant, shockproof. You have Gorilla Glass on Androids, and you have the ion strengthened glass on iPhones. They're talking about moving into the Gorilla Glass or finally getting into that really strong sapphire glass that's so expensive, but I doubt it. It's pretty much going to be that ion strength glass versus Gorilla Glass. No matter what, if you drop both phones from a certain height or a certain way, if it hits the right thing, it's going to shatter. I don't care if you have Gorilla whatever or ion strengthened whatever. They both have strong glass on their displays. Some Android phones have glass on the front and back, like on Samsung now. Apple used to do that. Apple is said to be going back to that. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. We're talking about metal versus plastic on your body of your phone. Well, guys, I'll tell you right now, Apple changes that pretty often. They went from plastic to metal to plastic to... It's going to go on like that forever. Android, you can get metal phones like HTC or plastic phones like Samsung. You can get phones like LG had the Kevlar, Motorola had the same thing. There's so many differences for Android you can pick from. We're going to go back to on how Apple is always the same all the time. Android is very different. The cameras now, guys, no one's going to complain about the cameras. The pictures are great, the videos are great, the options are great. If you don't like it, well, with Android you can get all sorts of different apps and widgets for your camera. Yeah, Apple, you can do the same type of thing, but no one's really going to care about the camera, guys. I hear iPhone people and I hear Android people all the freaking time saying, oh, mine's better, mine's better. No, it's not. It takes pictures. You look at it, you can see exactly what you were taking a picture of. Now we have the low lights in all the cameras, and you can even take pictures in the dark. Guys, seriously, there is no reason to compete with the cameras anymore. This one has this megapixel, this one has this megapixel, but this one has 8, and it can do this, but this one has 12, and this one has 15, and this one has 20, and then you had the Nokia that had the 4. Enough with the cameras. Seriously, they all got great cameras. You literally have to walk your ass into a store, hold these phones in your hands, see which one you like better. If you want to fit in with your friends and they all have Android or they all have iPhone, I'm pretty sure that's going to make your decision right away anyway. So this video is going to be pointless for those people. Other than that, guys, it's pretty much that. Once you hold the phones and you figure out which one you like, it's going to be end of story. But always remember, iPhone is simple. Android is a little bit more technical because you can do so many more things. You can personalize the hell out of it with your widgets, your calendars, your clocks, and all of that. Apple is going to be pretty much the same. End of story. And I will tell you that Apple will cost you a couple of dollars more. Okay, maybe a little bit more than that. But other than that, that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks a lot. Hope you like my new studio. Have a great day, guys.